Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get it. I promise you, man. Bro said, man, I'm not like that anymore. What you mean? Benny said, what you mean like that anymore? So you used to be like that? He was like, yeah, I used to be like that. He was like, shh. He walked out. Stairs right by his cell. He walked out from us right there. He walked out, big light-skinned dude. He walked past me. He opened the door. He seen me. He was like, he walked past me, went right there on the steps. Went sat on the steps. He just sit on the steps like, we behind him. He looked back. He was like, not like that anymore. Benny was like, yo, man. I said, man, look, I'm not fighting dude, bro. I was like, bro, I'm not fighting him, man. I said, bro, I'm not fighting him, bro. That's you on your own with that, bro. I said, that was your fault for being greedy, bro. You know what I mean? So we walk out the joint. Dude, the dude, Marcus, the big light-skinned dude, he was like, hey, Benny. Benny turned around. He was like, here, man, for your troubles. Benny was like, what's this? He was like, it's a spoon. Benny was like, close his hand. He was like, all right. I was like, man, come on, bro. Me and him dip. I was like, come to my cell, bro. We go back to my cell. Come on down. I was like, he gave you some of that stinky la-la, bro. He was like, it's a spoon, though. I'm going to still sell it. I said, bro, listen, bro. That man used to shake round the road. Now he's in the cell with bro cousin. I said, what we going to do about that, bro? I said, now what bro cousin going to do? Like, that's the $1 million question. You know what I mean? Like, what is cousin going to do, man? Because, like, now it's like, it's crazy. Like what's the plan? You know what I mean? I said, all I know is I'm not fighting dude. I'm not fighting dude. I'm letting you know that now. Only way I'm fighting dude is dude disrespect me or put his hands on me. I said, that's why I clapped what he was trying to do. I don't want no favors, none of that, bro. Stay away from me with all that. And it was like, I was mad, but like, he kept it 100, man. I just ain't messing with him no more. I was like, yeah, that was your fault anyway for being greedy. You know what I mean? You trying to be greedy, that's what you get. He was like, no, man, you're crazy, man. So as we talking, we hear knock. See the little arm come. He was like, yo! Face come to the jump. It's the dude Bobby cousin. You know what I mean? Dude Beach. He like, come here, man. Open the door. He's like, what's up? He was like, man, that's crazy, man. That man, he told me everything. I was like, what did he tell you? He said, man, he used to have a boyfriend, man. So I said, he was the girlfriend. He was like, yeah, man. I was like, what? He was like, yeah. He was like, but look, bro, this is what he's saying. He said he ain't like that no more, bro. He said that's not what he's into. He's not into that no more. Like that's what he was into years ago, like 3 years ago. He's not like that no more. You know what I mean? I'm like, bro, you believe him? So that's what you're saying, you believe him? He was like, yeah. He said, because if he was like that, he would have came up here and tried to act like he want to shake, rattle, and roll. You know what I mean? He was like, he liked the woman in the relationship. That's what he told me. He was like, he just trying to get himself back to being a man. You know what I mean? But he was like, he just told me like he was the woman in the relationship. Now he's trying to get back to just living the life as a man because that's not who he wanted to be. I said, you just sat there and had a whole conversation on somebody that's the shake, rattler, and roller. Like, he's not shake, rattler, and roller. He's the shake, rattler, and roller. Like, you had a whole conversation and you believe anything that's coming out of his mouth? He was like, yeah, man, because look, man, he got the cell scrapped. We straight in there now. Weezy, like, we ain't got to worry about that. Now, this whole situation was giving me flashbacks to Sussex 2. Because this looks like a Sussex 2 situation, man. Like somebody being stupid and green. But this was a situation like none other. Like, especially like the Sussex 2 situations, because this particular guy that was in his room, that was bringing the package back, he used to be the woman in the relationship. He was the shake, rattler, and roller. So this was like a reverse switch of, can you be in a cell with somebody like that? Unless you want to shake, rattle, and roll, or whatever the case. Like, he's trying to justify, basically, to me, why he's not going to try to get this man out of his room, y'all. So, boom. So I sat there and listened. I wanted to really hear what he was talking about. I'm like, And when he finished, I said, bro, you wild. I said, bro, listen, I ain't trying to hear that, bro. I said, listen, if you let him stay in the cell, you a shake, roller, and roller. Period. I hit the sink. I said, you a shake, roller, and roller, bro. He was like, man, look, man, I like to get money. I like to get money, man. I ain't no shake, roller, and roller. What you mean, bro? What you mean by that, bro? Like, stop disrespecting me, Weezy, man. I'm like, bro, listen, disrespecting you, bro. I said, bro, I'm trying to help you, bro, because you my man cousin. I said, but at the end of the day, you got your own life to live. I said, bro told us to look out for you before you left. I said, you know what we told him? We told him you was an adult because you are in penitentiary. I said, for real, that's true. You are an adult, bro. So like, I don't, you know, I told you it was good. That's on you. He was like, man, look, man, y'all don't want to capitalize off this. He was like, okay. He going to put it in his butt. He was like, he bringing the la back in his butt. I was like, man, I told you, man. I looked at Benny. I said, bro, I told you, bro. I told you, bro. He was like, so what? You acting like he was the only dude that brings something back in his butt. Like, you know how many people that brought something back in their butt before? I said, look, I don't want no parts of it, bro. I said, I don't get down like that, bro. I don't want no parts of it. He was like, man, so y'all trying to tell me y'all gonna miss out on the opportunity that a dude could bring 2 zips back through his butt. Y'all don't want to make no money. That's what y'all saying. Benny was like, 2 zips. I was like, yo, bro, chill out, bro. What you doing, bro? He was like, I was like, bro, listen, bro. He was like, so y'all, I was like, bro, we good, bro. I was like, we good, man. Do you, man. Do you, bro. Like, just know I warned you. I said, when I talk to your cousin, I'm gonna let him know I warned you, bro. So don't let your cousin know I was on no petty stuff or nothing like that, because I definitely came to holler at you about everything. He was like, yeah, you did. But look, I'm trying to get money right now, Weezy. I ain't thinking about my cousin. I'm trying to get money right now. So, like, that's the only thing that matters right now. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, all right. He was like, all right, man. So he dipped. He leave out the cell. So he dipped. We dip out a little bit behind him. So we out in the pod. I look up. I see the light-skinned dude. He's standing over by the hot pot with a microwave bag, getting some hot water in his soup. He got his bowl over there. After he get that joint, he see us standing over there. He was like, I seen him look back at us. He was like, he saw us standing right there. He was like, he put his lid on his joint. He was like, his cell that way. He was like, he walked away. I was like, shh. He walking out the restaurant. I was like, whoa. He walked up. He was like, hey, look, man. I just want to say I apologize. Like, y'all ain't my friends, so I felt like I ain't had to explain, you know, that I was gay back in the day. I was like, bro, listen, 3 years ago ain't back in the day, but you good though, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You good, bro. He was like, look, we can't do no business together. I said, nah, I'm good. Benny was like, what kind of business you talking? I said, Benny, look, bro. I said, bro, go ahead, bro. I walked off. I see Benny like, so Benny talking to the dude. I'm like, what is Benny doing? Like, you wildin', man. So I slid. I don't want no conversation on that joint, man. You know what I mean? Benny pulled back on me later, like, man, look, this is what I'm saying, Weezy, man. Like, for real, bro. Like, what if we just get something that we ain't gonna mess with? We can just sell it. I said, bro, listen, I'm not messing with dude, bro. I said, everything is not a good move. I said, you can't never be greedy with this, bro. I said, every play is not a good move, bro. I said, I'm cool. I said, this whole thing seems sketchy. This whole thing seems like it's a lot other stuff to it. Like, it's just some things that I'm not gonna put myself into. Pause. Like, it's just, I can't do it, bro. You know what I mean? I said, do you though? Like, he was like, how I'm gonna do it without you? I said, bro, I don't know. Figure it out, bro. So boom, dipped on him, went back in the cell, man. I'm gone, man. I'm tired of looking at these idiots. I'm gonna go back to 30 building, to be honest with y'all, man. I went and sat back on the bed, started looking at TV, minding my business and chilling. You know what I mean? A little bit of time going on. Like, the whole time bro was in there, that's definitely what he was doing, though. I ain't gonna lie. The light-skinned dude, Mark, man, he was definitely going to the VI, coming back with that Lala. And you know what I mean? Him and the dude Beach, they would sell the Lala. So it was like the whole time, it was like him and Beach getting cooler. So crazy because it was a dude from the Beach that had known Bobby. Now, we thought Bobby was going to St. Bride's, but Bobby ended up going to Indian Creek. So he ended up getting a job with this dude that he was pushing a wheelchair for somebody on Indian Creek. Because when you go to Indian Creek, that's like a therapeutic, I think. That's what a lot of older people at or whatever. But the young people that come up there, they still can get ready to go home like the older people. But you can get jobs by helping older people wheelchair game and all of that. So dudes be getting jobs doing that. So Bobby done got up there and then got connected with a dude that got a job on Indian Creek. So he chilling, but he about to go home. So it's some dudes from the Beach that knew Bobby too, and they had a phone. So he sent me a kite and was like, yo, Bobby said, call this number at 3 o'clock. This is the best time to catch him. You know what I mean? So I know he's still in the can. So I'm telling Benny, like, yo, this junk crazy because Bobby got a jock. Bobby got a jock on St. Bride's. How you pull that off? But the whole time he went on the bride. So I hollered at the dude, Jack I be using. I called him. Bro picked the joint up. He's like, what's good? I'm like, yo, what's up, bro? What you got going on? He was like, man, I'm chilling, man. Like, I'm about to hit the land. He was like, bro, I got 92 days, bro. He's like, I'm feeling good. He was like, what's up with my cousin, though? I was like, man, shh. I said, bro, your cousin might be in the cell with somebody that used to get banged back in the day, bro. He was like, what? I said, some big light-skinned dude moved in his cell. This get the package and everything, bro. But this nigga bringing it back in his butt. I said, found out that he shake, rattle, and roll, bro. I said, we told your cousin he ain't want to. Your cousin just see green dollar signs. He was like, man, he always been hard. He was like, don't tell him nothing. He said, man. I said, bro, he's still in the room with that. I said, we told him, bro. I said, on the strength of you, we told him, bro. He was like, man, anyway, man. We started talking about something else, and I felt him because that was the type of news he wasn't trying to hear. You know, he probably was thinking that he should get the news that his cousin, you know what I mean, winning or whatever the case or chilling. Nah, I had to give him the news that his cousin was in a cell with somebody who used to be the shake, roller, and roller, y'all. So boom. He wasn't looking for that news, man. I know he wasn't, man. But at the end of the day, I gave it to him. I gave it to him straight, pause. So, you know, me and him kicked it, and that was that. He told me, like, yo, on Wednesdays, you can call me on this number at 3 o'clock. He told me he had a job, dude, Indian Creek. Boom, boom, boom. He got a jack dude getting a little paper up there. You know what I mean? And that's what it was. So bro was chilling. You know what I mean? I ain't even tell the dude Beach that we talked about. Like, I ain't even gonna let him know, like, I'm like telling this business. So I decided to leave that alone. But as the time went on, like I say, he's getting super cool with the dude. Like they got a little operation going, dude getting a little paper. You know what I mean? So as time went on, you know what I mean? The dude is really the dude Mark. Like he's really somebody that's in the pod. Like he ain't like a new person in there. He's moving around, he outside, moving around. But as time went on, I never seen him do nothing that looked shaky. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't talk to the boys. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. So I started really thinking that maybe a person can change. Like, because like this wasn't like a dude that likes to mess with the boys. This was somebody that was a boy that didn't even look like a boy. But he said he's not like that no more. And the way he was living, it was really looking like he wasn't like that no more. The only thing he was still utilizing that a boy might use was his cooler, pause. But at the end of the day, for real, I started really thinking that, yo, like, can bro really go back to being normal? Because I never experienced this before. This was the first for me to experience this, like somebody that was a shake, roller, and roller, like go back to being like a regular guy. I never experienced it, but I'm giving bro the benefit of the doubt, even though I don't got to deal with him. I still don't want none of that la-la either. Like they was getting la-la like every weekend. I still don't want none of that la-la. Like when I seen them doing that, I was like, yo, I told myself, I said, I got to make $200 just so I can score for my homeboy again. I said, the rest of this, I got to save for personal, y'all. So boom. So while everybody got all this funky la-la going in the air, la-la smell like must in the locker room, I got the fresh la-la, man. You know what I mean? The only person you really was messing with it was the people I deal with. Everybody else that was running to the dude Mark and the dude Beach with their cheap price, and them other dudes from the beach that was selling it, they all was rocking with, you know what I mean? They was making their little paper. But I couldn't deal with it. I wasn't messing with it at all. I ain't gonna lie. So a little bit more time went on. You know? Next thing you know, we go to chow. So we go to chow hall, we walking. So it was a good trade. And when they let us out, like something happened in the chow hall, nothing violent. But when it's a good trade and it's stuff like that, sometimes like the line will be all the way outside. So we backed up almost all the way up to where our building is at, where 60 building is at. But it's a line. You can see the line going to the chow hall. So everybody's standing out there, dudes. Like we ain't in no straight line or nothing. It's just a pack of people just out there on the little sidewalk, little black pavement joint. We all out there. So you all standing around. Then you're standing out there. And I looked up. Then you just seen this tall, old head dude, man. Like he was like for real, it was like he kind of parked the crowd how he was walking, because it was like I'm standing right here and I'm looking forward. But it's like if you was walking back towards me, it looks crazy because there was no traffic walking like from the middle of the crowd. Like he was in the middle of the crowd. So we're in a 60 building, but 70 building ate before us. So I'm assuming this is the last part of 70 building. Whatever part it was, they was waiting to go in. So I look up and I can see the old head like this. He was coming through the crowd. He like, and as he get closer, he was like, Marcus a little bit back. Marcus was like, I see him go like this. That's when I knew like it was still a little bit more feminine in him a little bit, because he did some old, that junk like something a woman to do, like when she bump into her, a dude that she creeping with or something. You know what I mean? Like she's super embarrassed. Like when dude said, Marcus, hey Marcus, he was like, he did some word, he did this. He was like, I see it, I'm like, hey, Benny, like, I said, hold up, bro. Dude was like, what's up? You can't speak? The CO was like, get back down here. Get back down here. He was like, hey, I'm gonna wait for you in the chow hall. I'm gonna wait for you in the chow hall. Marcus was like, this is another thing he did like a woman. He was like, all right. Dang. I was like, man, this nigga super fruity, y'all, so boom. I saw it. It was all in his mannerism. He couldn't duck that. He tried to hide it for long. It takes one person to bring it out. Pause, all of that. But that's what was going on. You know what I mean? We get in the chow hall. Look up. Dude waiting for him. Dude like he trying to save the last bit of his food, because you know after you eat your food, certain CEOs like, get up. He look like he trying to save the last bit, a couple bites, a spoon, whatever. He ain't want to go nowhere. You know what I mean? He's sitting right there. Dude, Mark come around, sit down at the table with him. It's just them two. You know what I mean? Dude talking to him like, and the conversation, you know what I mean? First person I look at was Beach. You know what I mean? I look at him. Cause him and the dude, Mark was about to sit at the table together because they was walking together. First person I look at when they come in was him. Look at his dumb face. I look at him, I was like, he went and found another table to sit down. Dude and they Mark talk. You know what I mean? They get up, they leave together. You know what I mean? We go back to the pod. Everybody go back in the pod. Ain't saying nothing about it. I'm just dumb nosy. They like, yo, that y'all crazy. We think that's his boyfriend. I'm like, bro, who else could it be, bro? You know what I mean? I said, bro, who else could it be? Like, what do you think? You know what I mean? So I look up, I see the barber dude. As we coming in, I see the barber dude. The barber dude was like, told you, Weezy. I told you. He's super lit because he's still buying fees from me. He's like, told you, Weezy. I told you. You ain't want to believe me, Weezy. I told you. I was like, man, this dude is psycho walking the pod. You know what I mean? See the dude, Beach looking like he ain't, you know what I mean? Dude finally come back in. Him and dude talk the whole way. You know what I mean? So he walked back in, like everything was normal. He back to being a regular man. They call outside rec. We go to outside rec. We look up. Him and the dude walking laps. Word, him and the dude walking laps. You see him and the dude walking laps. Oh, yeah. He wasn't really old. He probably like 50-something. He had a little gray in his beard. He ain't look too washed up. He walking in. Word, oh, he was like, they about to get to the gate. He was like, he wanted arm Mark. He was like Mark was just kind of like you see Mark was kind of like trying to push his chest. He was like, Mark was like, he broke off and he was like, word, he looked at Mark. He silent, was back in his zone. He was back in his normal zone, got there. He done ready his old boot. After Mark pushed him off, he like, oh, he was like, oh, it was locked in. I'm like, oh, me and Benny weak. Benny like, oh. So we watched the whole joint. Like, that joint crazy. You know what I mean? Get back in the pod. I was like, that joint crazy, man. So it was a known fact that this got to be his old boo. You know what I mean? Now, he probably was really still trying to fight that he ain't trying to be the way he was. He definitely was trying to fight that. But right now, he got an old boo in the compound, y'all. So, boo. It was crazy. Now it was time for him to go back to the visiting room again. Weekend come, he go back to the visiting room again. The dude Beach, he ain't even trying to listen to what we saying. He ain't trying to hear nothing about what we got going on because he don't believe about nothing about this man. That's all he knows about the package. You know what I mean? He's not seeing the whole big picture of this. I've been on susses. I have seen all these maniac predators. I have seen it, man. They come in all shapes and sizes. I have seen it. So he go to VI. He come back. He do the same routine. He throw the cut up game. My homeboy telling me, bro, you gotta wait till tomorrow on the la. I'm like, I got one feezy left. I'm like, this jump crazy. Bro, come back, put the cut down. He got the jump back lit. It was like people was enjoying smoking that funky bud. They was enjoying smoking that. They was enjoying messing with that stinky bud. My word, they was enjoying messing with that stinky bud, man. Like he'll come out, give you the jump jumping. So we go to dinner. When we go to dinner, the same old head dude, I guess now he wants some lala. So he wait on the old head word. He wait on the old head out there. He get an old head some lala. Old head come outside. They outside blowing lala together. They out there, you know what I mean? Enjoying that jump. I was like, this jump crazy. So like the old head was just getting right back to probably how it was when they was on Powhatan or wherever they was at before that. You know what I mean? Because who knows when he was shake, rattling, and rolling? Who knows when he was doing that, man? Like the old head just kind of knew it was at receiving. So I'm like, yo, there's no way in the world. Like this dude, because he had looked too manly, y'all. Like pause. Like he had just looked regular. I'm being honest with y'all. He didn't look like somebody that be getting smacked on. You know what I mean? Pause. So like, I never was expecting for this to happen anyway, you know what I mean? But I know it was true of what happened in the past. So The more and more old head was there, the more and more they was trying to put a play together that I didn't even know. And out of nowhere, y'all, and the slider open, see the car come in. Old head coming in the pod. I'm like, oh shit. Old head walk in. He walked in. He was like, he did a major joint. He walked in. He was like, told you. Yeah, told you. Told you. Now I'm going upstairs. Yeah. He was happy he was in the pod. He hit the steps. He was like, he got upstairs fast as hell. He got his cell. He was like, he went back downstairs, got his stuff, came back. Started bringing his stuff upstairs. I look up, I seen Mark get up. Mark went up. He got his coffee, little cup. He come to the joint, he get some water at the heater, little water joint. He looking at dude moving in. Dude like, wow. He just shaking his head. I look at the dude, Beach. Beach come out the cell like, I'm saying in my head, bro, your time is up. So boom. You might don't need you no more, Beach. It might be over with for you. You had a good run. You wanted to roll with a dude that used to be the shake, rattler, and roller. Your time might be up now, man. I'll let you know now. Your time might be up. Because this old boo is in the pod now. This is what's going on. First thing crazy I see, I look up. They having a meal. They getting a meal together. You look up, you see the dude, Mark, he out there. He got his night clothes on. He got like these little blue shorts. So they want little. We have some blue shorts. Tight t-shirt game. He got like these special socks. I don't know where he get these socks. I think he got these socks from medical. They like some hospital socks. He got on some hospital. I don't know where he get hospital socks from in prison. He got some little funny looking socks on with his flip flops. Super comfortable in penitentiary. Cutting up a Sasha's game. Pause. So they all at the table. The dude Beach ain't over there. Dude Beach standing by the cell, but the old head dude just moved in. He got his sweatsuit on. He done got comfortable. They at the table making a meal. You know what I mean? So they getting a meal together. See the old head dude ain't doing up but spitting his game. You know what I mean? So after they make the meal, all you hear him do, they call Beach. Hey, Beach. They call him. He come out the cell with his bowl. He didn't want to come around him when they was making. He came out. See the dude Mark. He was like, he putting his pieces in his bowl. He cutting it. He like, oh. He filled his jar all the way up to the top. Beach was like, and Beach go back in the cell. Before he go back in the cell, you see old head. Old head was like, old head caught up with him fast. He did a super fruity run. He was like, Mark walking back to cell 8, going back to the cell. Old head was like, let me holler at you right quick. He walked to the cell. He was like, yeah. You seen Beach? Beach was like, yeah. Like, he hollering at him. Some dude, Beach was like, Benny was like, man, that's crazy, man. He better not, Weezy. Me and Benny just bitten off this shit. We bitten off this shit, watching this shit. Shit was crazy, man. Think I ain't gonna be nosy in this shit? This nigga say he's be a goddamn boy. Now this nigga look like goddamn Allen Houston in the face, y'all. So boom. Think I ran up watching this shit. This shit is nuts. He hollering at Beach, man. Beach was like he didn't want to say yeah. He was like, I was like, yo, that's crazy, bro. So I stopped thinking about it. You know what I mean? Looked up, come out right before lockdown. Got my cup, about to get some ice. We come back out another after this one, but this is like the 9:30 joint, 8:30 joint, 9 o'clock, 1 and 2. I couldn't get some ice. I couldn't understand. I'm like, the ice joint right there. I'm like, I get to the joint from the bar. I'm like, I look, the cut is up in cell 8. I look over, I see the dude Beach. He's sitting at the table, across from his cell a little bit, watching the dudes playing Scrabble. He watching dudes playing Scrabble. He's sitting at, he the third person at the table. He watching them play Scrabble. He's sitting at his table. His cell is on cut up game. That's what his cell is on. I promise you. They say, I'm about to lock down 5 minutes. About to lock down in 5 minutes. Next thing you know, cut come down. I go upstairs, put my ice up. I come back and stand on the tier. I'm like, la la la, la la la. Hey, what's going on here? Look. Old head trying to sneak out. He was like, the cut come down. Old head trying to sneak out. He was like, I seen him. He don't know I'm watching him out the window. I'm like, nosy as a bitch. He behind the jump. Seen goddamn Mark come out. Mark kind of diesel. Mark come out. Mark like, he blocking him. And it was like, he squeezed past Mark. He was like, and nigga slid. And nigga hit the steps. He was like, and nigga got up those steps fast as hell. You hear me? He went to his cell. Next thing you know, he coming out with his shower bag. He like this. He hit the steps. He like, the lady was like, don't get in that shower. That nigga still went in there. She was like, you got 2 minutes. And nigga went in that damn shower. You know why? Because he just finished shake, rattle, and rolling, y'all. So boom. It all made sense. Dude is back in action. What else could it be? He's back in action, man. What else could it be? It could be nothing else except the normal, what they was doing before he act like he wanted to be a man again, Buddha. Talk about, I ain't like that no more. You tripping, man. You gonna always be like that, man. It's crazy, man. So Benny's like, man, I had enough of this. I'm gonna holler at bro. He was like, man, hey, look, how long you gonna stay in the cell with this nigga? You see his boyfriend back? Let his boyfriend get in the room with him, man. He was like, that's what they want anyway. That's what they asked me for anyways. He said he trying to get back in the cell. I was like, damn, what's up with Mark? So Mark back acting like a boy? He was like, man, nah, we in the cell, he's still regular. You know what I mean? But like, that jump crazy, bro. That jump crazy, man. I was like, bro, like, I'm scared, bro. Oh, I know we on Lawrenceville. I said, but I'm shook for you, bro. So boom. Cause I don't know what's gonna happen, man. Like, this is wild right here. The whole thing, like how everything played out, how everything has happened is weird, man. I'm telling you, like, shit was crazy. So I'm like, all right, bro. You know what I mean? Just move. That's the only advice I can, just move, bro. You know what I mean? That's the only advice I can tell him. So next day roll around. Promise y'all, man. Look up. It's the outside rec joint. Everybody go outside rec. 2 o'clock jump. Everybody leave. I'm in the pod. I'm chilling. I'm downstairs talking to the old head. Then I go back upstairs, talk to the dude that be doing the laundry. I'm kicking in with him. Then I went back downstairs. I hollered at my man in the other pod. Like, I just stayed in. Like, I didn't go out all the time, especially in the wintertime, or especially when it's super duper hot. Not going out all the time unless it's business to be handled. So I definitely never went out. So that's what made me extra nosy. And that's why I saw so much stuff. Because I wanted to be nosy by not going outside. But I didn't go outside. So I'm chilling. I did what I had to do, moved around a little bit. Damn, I looked. The cut is on in cell 8. Now, I see it because I'm on the top tier and I'm chilling. I can see the whole back wall, the cells across from me. I can see cell 8 got the blue shirt on the door. So I'm like, damn, I ain't paying no mind because I already know bro back to shake, rattle, and roller. He's back being a shake, rattle, and roller, so I already know the count. You know what I mean? But when I looked in the pod, I didn't notice that the dude Beach wasn't nowhere to be found. So I said, hold on, man. I went to my window, I looked out. Trying to look on the yard, I ain't see him. Like, but I can't really see everything. I'm like, maybe he outside, maybe he outside. So as I just stayed in the city, I was like, I ain't tripping on that shit. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, you just hear like some noise outside. You're like, no, man, I don't move like that. Man, what's wrong with y'all, man? Man, I don't move like that, man. I don't move like that, man. I don't move like that. What's wrong with y'all, man? I don't move like that. I get up and look. Man, I seen the old head dude that just came in our pod. Then I seen the nigga Mark. Mark was like, shut up. Shut your mouth. He wasn't even sounding the same again. He was like, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Right now, shut your mouth up. Dude, bitch was like, nah, what's wrong with y'all, man? Y'all, we was supposed to be messing with the la-la. What y'all got going on in here, man? What y'all think I'm just gonna join y'all party, man? Dude, your old dude was like, man, look. Old dude was super calm. That nigga was like, that nigga had his hand like this. Like, he didn't even want to look. He was so used to being such a predator manipulator. He didn't even want to show like he was being a threat at a time like this. He was trying to talk to the beach dude. He was like, hey, look, this is what I'm saying. Like, look, calm down. He was itching up on me, like, calm down. Calm down, look. Dude was like, no, it ain't like that. Mark was like, look, chill. Dude was like, nah, look, chill. I don't know what dude's saying, but dude just keep getting closer to the beach. Dude beach like, nah. He walked up on dude for the beach stole him. Boom! Dude for the beach took off on old head. Old head said, man, that's my word. Old head ate that joke. Boom. And he taller than dude. He taller than dude, man. He rumbling. Boom. He running the old head in the middle of the floor. Boom. They dumping. Boom. The people that stayed there, everybody looking at him like, oh, beach was rumbling. Bitch was dumping. He was dumping for his life. I look up at the lady in the booth. The lady in the booth like, she looking like, oh, it's a fight. She grabbed her phone. When she grabbed her phone, I look up. I see Mark. Man, that's my word, nigga. Mark, he came behind Beach, man. Man, he grabbed him like this on some Debo shit. He was like, he wrapped him around it, man. He wrapped his arm around his neck like that. He was like, he just dropped him. His back hit the ground. He was like, boom. When his back hit the ground, old head was on his ass. Old head was like, old head started stomping that nigga, so he balling up. Mark was like, boom, he earth kicked the hell out the beach. I was like, oh my fucking God. He kicked that nigga ass all the way to goddamn something in the water. You hear me? Boom, he kicked the shit out of that nigga. I said, God damn. Man, he kicked that nigga ass in his back. That nigga shit said, ooh. I knew that shit took the wind out of him. I knew it took the wind out of him, man. This is my word. I knew that shit took the wind out of him. He was like, ooh. That shit hit him. He just started balling up. Old head was kicking his ass. Police running that bitch. Man, y'all stop that shit. What the hell is wrong with y'all? They got them grabbing old head. Old head still trying to get him. My word, Beach still on the ground. I'm looking at that shit like, man, I wasn't getting in that shit. I wouldn't give a fuck. It was 3 boys against him. I'm not jumping in that shit. I told him he didn't want to listen. That's on him, y'all. That's what he get for being hard-headed, man. Pause, man. Like, I try to tell him, man, word, they come in that bitch and locked all they dumbasses up. 3 students, man. 3 birds with 1 stone game, man. Beach dumbass and the 2 niggas, man, and Mark in the old head. 3 birds with 1 stone game, man. Came and got they dumbass out of there. Word, they locked us down for a little bit because Rhett was still outside. But when Rhett was coming back, we behind the door. So everybody coming back from Rhett, we in the cell. So like, what happened? Like, yo, man, we see, like, I know they seen niggas going to the hole. You know what I mean? They were like, yo, what the fuck happened? Lawrenceville bootleg. We stayed behind the door until it was dinner time. So when it was time for dinner, they popped all the doors for us to come out. So when we come out, everybody like, yo, that shit crazy, man. They fuck Beach up. You know what I mean? So it's 2 homeboys come over the joint that be fucking with him. They like, oh, what's going on? What's going on? So they talking to the nigga that sleep next door to him. They was like, yo, man, dude, it was a white dude and a black dude that sleep beside him in cell 7. So he was like, yo, I don't know what the fuck was going on. But he was like, man, you just heard that nigga saying no. They kept trying to touch him. Like they was in there trying to touch him or something, man. He was like, man, Beach buck. You know what I mean? He said he got up out the cell. He said when he got up out the cell, that's when all hell broke loose. You know what I mean? He said he guessed the old head was mad that he made it out the cell. But that shit was just wild. I was like, that shit crazy, man. So all 3 of these people got out the hole. All 3 of these people got out the hole. They sent Beach to the north side, and they kept Mark and the old head dude in 70 building. They went to 70 building where they lived happily ever after. Now, when I finally moved back to the north side and I went back to 30 building, when I seen the nigga Beach, like for real though, man, like he looked at me like he was so ashamed because this has been like a couple years, like a year went by or something like that. So he looked like that. He was so ashamed of not listening to me, man. Like he seen me, man. He just was like, he ain't had no kicking for me. He just looked at me and was like, I'm like, bro, you almost got violated, bro. Like, you wildin', bro, not listening to me, man. But it was understood. He didn't have to tell me thank you for the good advice I gave him, man. But at the end of the day, you got to be careful in there, man. Like, I don't believe nobody used to do anything. Like, if you used to do that, you still do it in my book. That's how I look at it, man. So can't nobody pull the wool over my eyes about shake, rattle, and rolling. And at the end of the day, that was a crazy situation. But that's the end of the damn story, though. Appreciate y'all for watching, man. I love y'all to death, man. Make sure y'all stay y'all ass out of the way for you can spend every day of every moment with your family, man. Period, man. Y'all already know the count, man. This is a weekend banger. So what I need y'all to do with this one, like, share, and subscribe as well, y'all. Let's get let's go. But y'all be safe and stay y'all ass out the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.